Hello students, welcome back to my channel Easy EduTech. Today we have discussed the next part from this chapter, that is the classification of the polymers on the basis of the intermolecular forces. Now what is the intermolecular forces? The forces between the molecules is called as intermolecular forces. All of we are know about that. Now in case of the polymers, monomers are in the form of molecules. So we have to observe or discuss the force of attraction between them. So it is important. So basis of intermolecular forces, the polymers are classified as elastomers, fibers, thermoplastic polymers and thermosetting polymers. Now we have to take one by one this. Number one, elastomers. Elastomers are nothing but the substance which having the elastic property. Now what is the elastic property? The property of a substance by virtue of which when we have to apply the force on the substance, it get deformed. That means there is a change in shape and size. But when we have to remove the actual force, here it get or it regain its original position. Such a property of a substance is called as elasticity. Now these elastomers have shown the elastic property. Actually, for that intermolecular forces is responsible. Of the elastomers, there is present a weak van der Waals intermolecular forces, and that forces are responsible to trace the substance. But as there is present a weak van der Waals forces, no doubt due to that the substance can be stretched. But here the substance can regain its original position. Why it is so? Because here there is present a cross linking between the here layers, and this cross linking are responsible to regain the substance to its original position. And so what intermolecular forces are responsible for the elasticity property. It is important. An example of that, here the Bunna S rubber, Bunna N rubber, vulcanized rubber. We have to discuss second polymer. We have to discuss the fiber. Polyamide solids in the form of the thread is called as fiber. Generally, all the fibers have the high tensile strength. Now, what is the tensile strength? The tensile strength is the property of a fiber by which when you have to apply the weight to the fiber or tension to the fiber, it is not to be break. And such a property we have to observe in the fiber all over. Some fibers have a high tensile strength. That means when we have to apply the force, they are not easily break. And some fibers have the low tensile strength. That means when we have to apply the force, they can easily break. Actually, the tensile strength property of the fiber is due to the here strong intermolecular forces due to the hydrogen bond as well as dipole-dipole forces. Intermolecular forces present in the fiber, the fibers are the here solid crystalline in the nature. So it is important. For example, we have take the polyamide fiber just like the here nylon 66, as well as here polyester fiber just like the terylene. So these are two examples of the fiber. So next one is that is third number of polymer we have to discuss, thermoplastic polymers. Now no doubt these polymers can show the property of a plastic. Now what is the property of the plastic? First of all, you are very aware the plastic have the property of the molding, that is recycling of the plastic is possible. So it is heat to this polymer, it gets soft, and after the cooling it become hard. This is the property of the plastic. Actually there is present a strong intermolecular force of attraction, and this intermolecular force of attraction is intermediate between the here elastomers and the fibers. For example, we have take the polythene. Polythene is the here thermoplastic polymer. So thermosetting polymer we have to discuss, that is the thermosetting polymers. Actually thermosetting polymers are the rigid polymers. Why it is so? During the formation of thermosetting polymers, when we have to supply the heat, it gets set. But if you have to supply excess of the heat, it become hardened. And when once it become hardened, it is not becomes soft when we have to supply the heat again. So it is important here. Why it is so? Because here during the heating, the extension in during of the covalent bond is takes place. This polymers is not remolded again, or it does not recycle again. So it is important. For example, bakelite. Now I discuss the classification of the polymers on the basis of the monomers. On the basis of the monomers, there are present two types of the polymers, that is the homopolymers and the copolymers. There are present two types of polymers, that is the homopolymers and second one is the copolymers. Now the name itself suggests the meaning. Homopolymers are the polymers which contain only one types of the monomers. That is, only monomer can take part, one type of monomer can take part in the polymerization, and such polymers are called as homopolymers. During the formation of homopolymers, it is also important the elemental component of a repeating unit have same composition as that of the monomers, and so we have to observe in case of the homopolymer same type of repeating unit. So it is important. In certain cases, two monopolymers are take part by the condensation process. So it is important here. The example of this homopolymers is the nylon 6. The best example which we have to observe by using the epsilon caprolactam. In previous classification, we have discussed the here example of this. It is important. Now, what is the copolymers? When two or more monomers are take part in the polymerization, then such polymers are called as copolymers. One thing is most important here: the repeating unit which we have to observe have different elemental composition as that of the original monomers. And so, what example of this we have to observe as or Bunna and rubber. So, classification of the polymers, which is the last classification we have to discuss, that is the classification on the basis of biodegradability. Actually, there are two types of biodegradability polymers. One of them is non-biodegradable polymers, and second one is the biodegradable polymers. Now see here, what is the non-biodegradable polymers? These are the polymers which is not affected by the microbes. That means it is not affected by the insect. Actually these polymers have the long life in the nature. For example, polythene. In soil, polythene can be here live for the 100 years as it is, and so it has the long life. Actually, such types of the polymers are polluted to the soil as well as atmosphere. So such polymers are called as here non-biodegradable polymers. Now, what is the biodegradable polymers? Biodegradable polymers are the polymers which is affected by the microbes. Actually, these microbes are helpful for अस बिकॉज इट कैन रिड्यूस द एनवायरमेंटल पोल्यूशन। सुना होगा कि अभी ट्रेन में बायोडिग्रेडेबल टॉयलेट जो है वो लगाए गए हैं। ओके, थैंक यू।